It was raining heavily, and John had taken shelter in an old abandoned house. At least, that's what he thought it was. The place leaned slightly, as if tired of existing, with windows fogged over like blind eyes. John had been driving home from a work trip when the storm hit. The kind of rain that eats headlights and turns every sound into static. He told himself he'd wait 15 minutes, but even he didn't believe that. Inside, the air smelled of wet dust and forgotten years. Wallpaper hung in tired curls, and a cracked chandelier dangled like a relic from a bad memory. "Perfect," John muttered. "If this doesn't scream murder house, I don't know what does." He found an armchair by the fireplace and sat. The rain hammered outside, but the house stayed unnervingly still. Somewhere above, water dripped, one drop at a time, perfectly rhythmic, like someone counting. John tried to ignore it. He was a practical man, 40, single, allergic to nonsense. Ghost stories were for teenagers with ring lights. Still, something about the silence made his skin hum. Then he noticed them, muddy footprints leading across the floor. Bare, small, fresh. He stared. "Probably just a squatter," he muttered, though the word probably sounded weak even to him. The floor creaked behind him. He spun. Nothing. Just a dark hallway stretching too far. He grabbed his phone for light. Dead. Of course. "Classic horror setup," he said out loud. "Rainstorm, dead phone, creepy house. I'm one violin away from a Netflix special." Then came a sound. Click, click. Like fingernails tapping the wall. Slow, patient, deliberate. It stopped right at the doorway. "Hello?" he called. Silence. Then, faintly from upstairs, "Okay." John froze. The voice sounded ordinary, calm, like someone agreeing to something he hadn't asked. He stared up the staircase. He should leave. But curiosity kills more than cats. He lit a candle and climbed. Each step complained under his weight. The hallway above was lined with portraits, faces half-faded, eyes that seemed to follow. He leaned closer to one, a man in a black suit, mouth scratched out. A whisper drifted from behind him. "John." He turned sharply, candle shaking. "Who's there?" No answer, just that slow dripping again. He pushed open a nearby door and almost laughed in relief. Just a dusty bedroom, except for a rocking chair moving by itself. "All right," he muttered. "Real original haunting, A+ effort." The chair stopped, then started rocking faster. The candle flickered wildly. The air thickened, wet, heavy. The wallpaper looked wrong. It was moving, slowly pulsing, like the house was breathing. "You shouldn't be here, John," a voice murmured from the wall itself. He dropped the candle. Darkness swallowed the hallway. When he relit it, the portraits had changed. The scratched-out faces now smooth and skin-colored, like someone had stretched flesh across the frames. Then the voice again. "You said 15 minutes. His heart stopped. "What?" "You've been here longer." He looked at his watch. Stopped. At 10:47 p.m., the moment he'd entered the house. He backed away toward the stairs, but the stairs were gone. In their place, endless hallway, repeating doors, each one identical. He opened one, same room, same chair, same whisper. Opened another, same, again, again. Each time, the whisper came closer. Finally, gasping, he stopped. At the end of the corridor was the man in the portrait, standing there, black suit, no mouth. Then, slowly, the face shifted. It had John's mouth now. The man blinked. John ran, found the front door wide open, and bolted into the rain. He didn't stop until his car came into view, glistening in the lightning flashes. He jumped in, engine roaring to life. He dared one glance at the house. A figure stood at the window. It raised a hand and waved. Weeks later, the memory still haunted him. Curiosity finally won. He searched online for the house. Nothing. No address, no records. Just one old forum post from 2008. "If you take shelter there, don't stay more than 15 minutes. The house doesn't like it when you leave." John stared at the screen, pulse thudding. He lifted his phone to take a picture and froze. In the reflection of his screen, behind him, a window, and a faint figure, waving. Moral of the story? Never trust an abandoned house with good manners. If it lets you in without a key, it's not shelter, it's a mouth waiting to close. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button. It tells me you made it out alive. Subscribe for more slow burn horror that crawls under your skin and stays there. And tell me in the comments, would you have stayed 15 minutes or run at the first creak? Because in stories like this, it's never the storm you should fear. It's what waits for you to take shelter.